Hey, bro, let's dive the subject a little. Your wife.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, cause I feel like, and this is something I was talking about with my friend just yesterday, and we were talking like purpose of a girl in your life.
Yeah.
And I was telling my friend that I was at a point where like, at this point, girls they gonna come and go, and like, we were talking about. There's a lot of like, I feel like, especially nowadays, there's a communities to it. A lot of internet, and it's like the red pill. They see girls like it's like, oh, it's the red pill community. They see, and basically most of them, their shit is like fuck bitches,
Yeah.
like fuck girls. Oh, how sus is that? You're saying fuck girls, like, and I feel like if we go like to that red pill shit, it's really about understanding a girl's nature. So I
Exactly.
can, let's say you meet a girl and, bro, her true nature, no disrespect, is a thought.
Yeah.
But you trying to put her as a housewife.
Nah.
Now that's the red pill shit. That's what it's like. Basically, the meaning of red pill, if you go back to the Matrix,
Exactly.
is going out of your fantasy.
Exactly.
So, but if you see that a nature of a girl is like, she can help you be the man that you need to be.
Exactly.
You see, that's a girl you need to go towards. And I feel like a lot of guys get lost in that whole thing. It's like
100%.
saying like, well, yeah, Q.
No,
What
no,
do you-
no, you, bro, you were on an amazing note.
But
You're absolutely right.
Exactly, and it's like, let's say, because the way I see it, and I tell a lot of friends this, the way you should see your thing is that like, I don't know if you fuck with a manifestation and
Yes,
shit like that.
absolutely.
Because I know you with spirituality. I see you with Islam, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm a true believer of manifestation. There's
Exactly.
an affirmation that I tell my friends to tell themselves, and it's like, let's say, like you already have the girl you need.
Exactly.
It just hasn't come yet. You're not there in your little video game yet. So it's like, let's say
You may not even be where you need to be as a man to receive that type of
exactly.
woman.
Sometimes
That's what a lot of it like.
sometimes you at a point where you just want to fucking dip. Sometimes you're at a point where you just like, let's say you don't have to. Your focus is not necessarily on having a main girl right now. So you got a little thing on the side. You doing your thing, but it's really about telling yourself, let's say like, to not go in this little fantasy shit that, okay, I already have the girl I need, and it's not whoever I'm seeing right now, because I see her true nature. We're having fun. I respect this girl for who she
Exactly.
is, but she's not who I need to. She's not who I need to be the man I want to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
And how do you? Is this situation with your current wife? Like, how do you reflect that? Like,
It's funny. I look at it like it's one of those situations, just like what you said, where it's like, I think it got to a point in my life where I started to ask myself certain real questions. And I was very big on just like, one, not really being distracted by certain stuff. So for me, it was just like, genuinely, on a just surface level, women genuinely come and go. I've had situations in my life.
everything
Where
come
like,
and go.
yeah, exactly. I've had situations in my life where I had it good, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of attention. I've had situations in my life where I have fucked up all my money, like genuinely fucked it up, and nobody was around. You know what I mean? I've been locked before. Well, bail me out. Nobody bail. You know what I mean? Like when things really happen, you really kind of search. What I've learned is that, and especially with my wife, it was something that like, there's certain things that do transcend everything else. And just like what you said, there are people that the value and what you kind of are looking for in a situation. I got tired of just being, I didn't, it was almost a distraction to be running through like these empty situations. But I also didn't necessarily know when and how I wanted to be in a situation either. You know what I mean? Like that even me being married, it just was a natural thing. It got to a point where it was like I had genuinely found a person that I wanted to be with. You know what I mean? And the also biggest part of it was that for a long time, one thing that I had to deal with as a man that maybe most men have to like come to terms with is that I was not always in a good place to have taken anything on. I thank God that even the way me and my wife was married and where I was in my life as a man, it was good. Because had it been 3 years ago, I could have fucked it up. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of it too. Like, I don't know if sometimes we see ourselves in a position to even be able to receive love or anything from another person. Sometimes,
how can you receive love if you don't have love for yourself?
Exactly.
If you're at a point where it's like, and it's not that you should always have like, always in your whole life be at a point where you love yourself, because there's some point where you're not gonna be there,
No.
and that's when you should not be focusing on trying to get, like, how the fuck you expect to love someone if you don't love yourself?
Exactly. And I'm gonna be even to add on to that, we're married. Is there still a journey to love ourselves every day? 100%.
Your whole fucking life.
But there is a idea. There is a deeper level of understanding when it comes to your commitment to want to do certain things. Like I had been in a very good place, even just by myself. Like that was a big part of it. I didn't have dependency issues when I got married. I had genuinely worked things out, bro. Like I was the type of guy where I would just like I'm either super like closed off pretty much, where I couldn't really open up emotionally. I just wasn't, and also I'm a workaholic. So it's very easy for me to just bury myself and nothing is around. You know what I mean?
Nothing.
Now, don't get me wrong. My wife is 100% always the center. And that's the thing. Once again, it was rare that I ever really would even break away for something. But she's also a person that appreciates that. Most other women, bro, they hate that shit.
What do you mean they hate?
Like,
that you get on your,
women like men with money, but they don't like men that actually be trying to get to the money.
Let's get on the debate with this. I'm gonna tell you, like, the way, and that's what I've been.
They don't appreciate, and I'm gonna be real. That's my biggest test. You gotta be around me with the hustle.
The way I saw it, bro, since I started doing podcasts, I've seen a lot more attraction with girls.
Yeah.
And you know why? Not necessarily, and they love that I do podcasts. They don't necessarily watch the podcast, because it's not the podcast that I do, it's the fact that I do them.
You're just doing something.
And the fact, let's say, you with a girl, you chilling, you wake up in the morning, you get straight like to edit a podcast.
That's it.
That turns her on. You know why? And you say like,
but some other ones, bro, they want your attention all the time, and those are the ones that
they want it, but
you gotta be careful. Yeah, because it's like, like you got shit to do. Just like you would respect if she has something to do.
When I say like she loves it, she's not necessarily gonna love that like I'm not cuddling it with her in the morning and I'm on my shit.
Yeah.
It's not, but it will make her chase for my attention because she doesn't have it. And that's what I realized. It's like my friend was talking to me about this, and I was agreeing 100%. Stop caring, she starts chasing. And to a point where it's like, I'm not saying don't care about them, it's care about you more.
Yes.
And once you care about you more,
yes,
it's like,
absolutely.
let's say, well, girls are not attracted by what they want. A lot of times, I'm not saying in every case. They'll tell you they want a guy who will like always validate her, always have their attention. But once they have this, they take it for granted.
Yeah.
But once they see it's not.
Or they don't really want it, bro.
If you don't care about them at this point, it's not. Don't try to be an asshole, but like it's about caring about yourself more than her, and that will keep her around. Because she sees you have her shit. You're not depending on her. You someone to gravitate towards.
Yes, that's exactly, and that's there's a, I forgot what the name of the book is, but it's genuinely a book about it. Like there's a definite, there's something that women find attractive about a man that knows what he wants. Simple, you know what I mean? And that like nothing will get in the way of what he's trying to do. And like, and that's why I said it's different type. There are women who. Oh no, we about to say?
I was gonna say like it's different type of woman. Let's say, and that's what happens. A lot of people would say like, oh, all girls are like this, all men are like that, but all girls you attract are like this. Guess why? Because you are a certain type of person. I am someone who gives off very masculine energy.
Exactly.
Therefore, I am attracted and attracts girls with very feminine energy.
Exactly.
I have another friend who has a little bit more feminine energy, and every girl he gets with, bro, so they look fine as hell. But I'm not even really sexually attracted by them because it's the type of girls you're more comfortable giving a props to than a hug almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because it's not the same energy we give off.
Exactly. Yo, and it's funny, like that's something that also a lot of people aren't. That's what I mean. Like you have to really get to know yourself. You know what I mean? Like you have to, like, like you have to just know yourself. I think that was a benefit of like even the situation with even me and my wife, that we were also in a good place with ourselves to have like, you know what I mean? Like moved on, and we're very like committed, bro. Like I genuinely, bro, don't have eyes for other women. Like it's funny when I tell people that, they think it's like I'm being dead ass. I'm really not. Like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like in the sense that like this is what I wanted, and like in the sense that now like even being married it grounds me.
What do you think is the traits that make you not look for other women?
Even more than commitment, because I think a lot of times, like, as a man, I think a lot of decisions come out of I think growing up, my dad is a certain way with my mother, and I think that helped me a lot. Like, I have really been around my dad all my life, and like, he's just a certain way with my mom. But I think outside of that, I've also have been around other people where
What do you mean? What type of way?
Like, just solid. You know what I mean? He was just a solid person. In a world where I grew up, and I actually thought that was normal, and I realized, nah, not necessarily. That a lot of people just aren't solid like that. On both sides, not even men or women just like that, you know? I think I was able to see that, and it wasn't nothing that I naturally just picked up either. You know what I mean? I had like tragic relationships, bro. But like, you know, but like it was just, I think eventually it got to a point where I was more concerned about having it be right. And I think that like for me it's just like my wife is everything that I had been looking for. You know what I mean, bro? Like it's just I'm not a surface value person either. So even the looks thing, I don't care. I genuinely think my wife is the most beautiful person. And like even on the outside, but just as a person. Like she understands every fucking thing that I am dealing with, going on with. Like I have a lot of shit going on. You know what I mean? And for her even to just be the person that she is, I don't know. I care about that more. I'm not into the whole trophy thing and oh yeah, like da da. I think these guys are miserable. I just feel like they hate their wives. They fucking hate them. These guys they will be around their wives, and it's you know what's a weird thing to me? Like a lot of people will marry certain women for their friends to like basically show it off to people and status and basically show off to people. They hate them. Like, I can't.
Bro, I know a guy just.
I have
like
enough
this,
things that I'm stressed about to be stressed about. Like to deal with that every fucking day. Fuck that.
Exactly. It's to a point where like
I'm so good.
I go back to what you were saying. You need to go back to yourself first.
Yes.
And there's a sentence I have written in my room. I'll say it in every single podcast. Work on you, and what you need will gravitate towards you.
Exactly. 100%.
You worked on yourself.
Yes.
And that's why I tell myself, it's like I already have the girl I need.
Exactly.
She's not there yet because I'm just not there yet, and I'm not at a point where I need her.
My wife and I had dated previously, and it didn't work out.
Because you were not at the place in your life you needed to be
neither
at.
of us were, and that was a big part of it, bro. Like even
I'm gonna go see if it records. Keep going.
Yeah. Even when we had came back, like together and everything, the first thing we said was that we were happy that that we took the time to be better. You know what I mean? Because like you can't. People go into situations with all types of stuff. I never wanted to start a family with baggage and drama and this and that, and I didn't want to have a baby mother. I didn't want to do all of that. Like, I needed stability, bro. My life is so unstable. It felt like all my life. That is the most stable thing that I have now. Being married and having a child. The whole world could spin out of control around me, which it usually does every other day. But that grounds me, you know? And it's just what people value, bro. I don't know. I feel like that's just what matters. I like to see that. I'm actually starting to see more rappers valuing relationships, you know, and I like it. I appreciate it. I think it's realistic than this lifestyle that a lot of us are forced to like try to sell, and it's not genuine. You be seeing rappers. I didn't even know 2 Chainz was married and had kids till but 3.
Bro, he has 3 kids.
Bro, he has like an army. I'm like, yo, I didn't even know. You wouldn't know. And it's not to say like I get it. Like I'm not to say like you have to involve but I don't know, bro. I think that there needs to be a better culture moving forward. And it goes back to even what you were saying about like even the soul music and certain stuff. We could be rappers, bro, and still be good people. This whole idea of like this toxic image shit is getting corny. Even Future's about to cuff. He's gotten cuffed up, bro. Like, the narrative is changing. It is.
Future is the toxicity king.
Yeah, but bro, I don't even know if you know what's going on.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie.
He's with some girl now, bro. Fully in love, bro. For like last couple months, bro.
I don't really look into other guys like that, but like, I'm not even gonna lie. When I'm like, I'm starting to catch feelings for someone I don't want to, I start listening to Future.
Yo, to play the Future tape real quick.
Just play Future and like, even if I hit you once, you part of my collection.
Yo, what an amazing album.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, Future is a king. Like, my man, my colleague right there, Phil, he hates Future. But like, bro, I love Future, man. Bro.